Hi, everybody. Thank you guys so much for coming here. See, I made coffee and I forgot my coffee. So I got to go get my coffee right now. I apologize, guys. Welcome, guys. Okay, so your name is clearly Shelly. Shout out to you, but I'm looking at me again. I thought it was Megan. So it's me again. That is your name. I got it. I got it. Thank you. I forgot my coffee. That sucks. So I gotta go get that. Give me 1 second, guys. I can't believe I forgot it. Like I made it and I forgot it, y'all. I'm sorry. Yes, so I apologize. Welcome. Hey, good morning, guys. Good morning. So I'm at this point where I'm tracking this case a little bit closely because I wanna like see any new developments that's happening with Emmanuel Haro. Shout out to everybody, the missing child that went missing in Yucaipa outside of a what is it, Big Five store. So I've been tracking a lot just to figure out in different things that are happening. One of the biggest updates that we have so far is that apparently a criminal lawyer was hired to represent the family. So I don't know about that. I mean, there's all kinds of lawyers. I guess a criminal lawyer would be the best one, especially if they're interrogating you or asking you questions and whatnot and whatnot. So I'm going to go to our San Bernardino website, TikTok, excuse me, not TikTok, I'm sorry, Twitter, for what we have seen so far. Welcome, everybody. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Hey, Belen. Hey, everybody. Hey, Alma. How are you? Everybody. I see Tony. Shout out to Tony in the chat. Welcome, everybody. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, man. I hope you had a good time, though. Shout out to you. I'm on time. No, I'm like 8 minutes late. Heard the police confiscated the truck. You did? I mean, that would probably be part of the search warrant, right? But let me let the that I'm live because I haven't told everybody. We live now. Welcome everybody, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate everybody. You can be anywhere else, but you're here. Sometimes YouTube notifications don't go out. And I don't anticipate this being a long live. I'm actually going to be doing a pre-record. I like doing the pre-recorded videos on another lawsuit that I'm looking at. We live that I'm dying to see what your guys' reactions are to a different lawsuit that I'm following. So yes. You did get a YouTube notification. Well, that's good to know, girl. That's good to know. I wasn't sure. Welcome everybody. Oh man. Okay, this is so heartbreaking. Yes. Good morning, everybody. Thank you. We love you, Clue and Cletus. Welcome. Your name is funny. Shout out to you. I got timely notifications this time. Yes. Okay, that's good to know. I'm waiting for people to get in here before we really get started. I hate repeating myself. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Um, y'all are amazing. Thank you. And my camera is blurry again. I think it's because I'm so far away from the camera. See if I get closer. You got notified this time. I'm glad to hear. Please say we were wrong. That's what I'm wanting. I want us to be wrong about this case in general. I really do, but I'm hooked because like I said, I'm like I don't know. I just am at this point. Okay. Thank you for asking if I'm better. I'm actually getting there. My throat, been drinking a lot of fluids and stuff like that. Hold up, let me see. Hold up, y'all. I need my coffee. Um okay, let's get into this right here. This is all San Bernardino, which is the agency that is reporting on this child, and that basically is in charge of the investigation. Give me 1 sec, y'all. Thank you. I forgot it. I made it. You forgot that I asked you. Look at it. It's like full, and I forgot I made it. Thank you so much. Oh, did you, Storm? I was looking for attorneys. Come on, camera. Focus. There we go. I was looking for attorneys for a friend whose 2 nephews were victims of a violent crime. And I read that criminal lawyers or criminal attorneys will represent victims as well. Just saying. Yeah, could very well be the case. Did you hear an appeal was filed in the Diddy case? No, I didn't. Let me write that down. Y'all, I'm behind on Diddy notes. So I'll definitely write that in there. Thank you for the heads up. Who filed the appeal? Was it Agnifilo, the defense? Let me know. Okay, let's get it together, guys. We will continue covering all the various cases and stuff like that. So this is the agency, San Bernardino County. We appreciate the community's patience as this investigation continues. This was posted August 17th, clearly, but this is kind of where they go to like, what is it, updates and whatnot. Where's the link? Oh, there was a link here. What happened to it? Somebody said that the whole family needs to be investigated. Okay, let me pull it over here. And then we're going to talk about this lawyer that they just hired. Emmanuel Haro. Okay. I'm going to their website. Excuse me. Still getting over this cold. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the link. They removed it from the thing. I mean, that's okay. Okay. Let's get it together. We're going to move on to this piece right here that I want to talk about. This is from Riveting Real Life Posts. We're now learning the name of the attorney retained by Rebecca and Jake Haro. Vincent Hughes, a criminal and family attorney, is representing them. Vincent is who represented Jake in his previous case, including his charges of willful cruelty to a child. So he would know his client, right? I guess he'd hire the same attorney. Vincent pulled up to their home about an hour and a half ago, and this was 16 hours ago, and is currently still there. There has been confirmation that Jake is inside the home, but no confirmation on if Rebecca is in the home. What are your thoughts on the missing case, in the missing Emmanuel Haro case? So they even got pictures to show. This is the attorney here. So they hired the same attorney that was representing them on the other case. What do y'all think? You said I agree the entire family needs to be investigated. I mean, they just seem so willfully to cover up for certain things. This story is getting so big, it's in the UK news now. Really, Abby? Wow. I mean, I guess if you need to hire a lawyer, right, you're going to go with the same lawyer that you would have hired before. Like he's familiar with you, right? I don't think that there'd be a conflict at all or anything like that, but it does make you wonder. I mean, he said, I think the attorney, why would the attorney need to be investigated? I think he's just being a lawyer. I mean, he's defending his client, right? But he's hiring the same lawyer. Like he's kind of like maybe use the same lawyer type situation. And it took them like the following day for the lawyer to come in there. She does look different from the picture. Now, I don't know if this is when she was pregnant or what, but it does make you wonder. He lets out, so that's why James Lee, he lets out criminals. He said, I use my same attorney unless he's unable to have another attorney. It's just Dave. Okay. Tell me why the lawyer looks like the father. Yeah, they do have a little bit of a resemblance. I don't know. But listen to what this TikToker had to say.
Of 7-month-old missing Emmanuel. I also have a source that says they have spoke with the family's lawyer and they have said something super interesting. Now, one of the things I was surprised to see is that Rebecca's ex-husband actually spoke out but did not want to be named. And this is very telling coming from someone that was married to her. Now, this ex-husband did not want to be named, but he did say he didn't even know that his ex-wife had been remarried or had another son. He said, and I quote, "We got 2 daughters. They're grown. They're over 18 already. I don't know anything about her new husband, only what."
They didn't know that he didn't know he got married. She got remarried. I mean, I guess if they're divorced, like some people don't really want to communicate that kind of stuff out there. He said, I hope that people are still actively searching for Emmanuel. I would hate for that to be detoured because people are so focused on blaming the parents. Well, that's the thing, Aduko. It does kind of make you wonder is like, what if the fact that they don't know where to search, that maybe that's why it's been detoured? I mean, we don't even have a picture of a suspect. We don't got a sketch. We just know he said hola. I'm assuming he potentially knows how to say hello in Spanish or he speaks Spanish. I don't know. We don't have anything to base anything on, anything, any description, nothing, nada, no tenemos nada. We got nothing. I mean, literally, the grandmother is bad. She protected her son even. Well, and then that's the other thing too, right? Because he's got a history. So it is very easy to find the primary suspect to be the parents when there's a history like that. We don't even know when the baby was last seen. We're told that it was on the day that he went missing or was abducted. I think that's the word. But we don't even know. We don't know nothing. And I want to be so wrong about everything. But it just does, the whole story doesn't make sense, right? And it's just like the more I keep talking about it and the more it just bothers me because it's like it shouldn't be this way. We shouldn't This shouldn't be happening to any child. But a 7-month-old, 7-month-old can't self-protect. They can't speak out. They're not like, they can't formulate sentences. All they know what to do is to cry, right? We don't know. So that's the thing. It's like, even if we do focus on, like, say we don't focus on the parents and we focus on finding, this child, where do we start? Because we don't know what direction the vehicle went. No information has been released. And when a child is missing, time is of essence. We don't have an Amber Alert because we don't have a description. We have nothing. Nothing. So it's like one of those things where it's like you don't even know, what do we make of this? What do we make of this? We can't. That's the thing. Is like it's kind of hard to even trust anything that the parents say. It doesn't make sense. And we keep kind of going over and over to figure out, well, is there something here? No witnesses, but you got people sleeping on the street out there too. It's a busy intersection. What happened? Some don't sound right. So, like, it's so easy to look at the parents because of this situation. And not that I want to, but because I don't want to, we could all be wrong. And I want to be very, very wrong about a lot of the stuff that we're saying. I really do. I really do. But this don't make no sense. Nothing. Yes, Stella, the 2-year-old was removed. Absolutely. So sketchy. But the parking lot right next to the where she was parked. Yeah, there was an RV, Rosina, right? That RV that we saw with the little like plants and stuff like that and bushes and trees got me thinking someone was right there. So how was that RV parked there when all of this happened? It looks like a place where just people just kind of go park. You don't even have to be in the store, you know? We don't Was that RV even there when that happened? We don't know. Did anybody hear a baby cry when it happened? That's the thing is, and you can't. You can't ignore any of that. Was CPS of this other child? No. I don't know. Did they know? Who's got the video? I keep hearing this, but nobody has sent me a video of what video. Y'all got, is that the video that everybody's talking about that we're seeing? I'm telling you, the next thing is going to be a press conference. They're going to have to hold a press conference on this, which is typical, like on a lot of the true crime cases like this. When a child goes missing, if there's some breaking news, it's gonna be a press conference, and there we're gonna be live talking about it because we've been waiting for an update on this. You know. Anyways, let me keep playing this, but let me know what you guys' thoughts are. We don't know. Yeah, nobody saw the video. The grandmother said that. What did the grandmother say about the video? She didn't even get to see it. I don't think. Tony, like, are there cameras? There was what is it? A jewelry store and a bank across the street. If there's a bank, anything there, that somebody's gonna, that there's gonna be cameras there because you rob a bank or any kind of crime next to a bank, that's a huge red flag, right? So we're hoping to hear something soon. Something interesting to think of is how often do men abduct babies? I can't think of almost any case like that. Usually men kidnap younger children by unspeakable reasons. Rarely is it a baby. Well, here's the deal. Why her? I kept asking this yesterday. I was like, I don't understand. Was she being followed from the park for football practice? Was she being followed? Somebody had to have known that she had a baby, right? So they followed her so she can go buy a mouth guard. They watch. I just don't get it. It's a targeted attack, right? Unless somebody just happens to be outside of the big five and says, "Oh, there's a woman right there. She's clearly changing a diaper, and we're gonna go right, behind her and knock her out somehow, and she wakes up with a black eye. She could have been kicked on the floor. I don't know. Okay. That's what she told the reporter. And then what? Like, then the baby gets taken? Did somebody follow her? No, like they saw a baby. Oh, I want that baby. I'm gonna follow you. They saw her vulnerable. And then they took the baby. Crime of opportunity? You said the jewelry store camera points to where she's at. James says, "Okay, yeah." You said I'm sure. Yeah, we're gonna because Tony. Honestly, like the push for information on this story, people are talking about it, and I think part of it is because everybody's on social media is hooked on it too. Because it's like, how does this happen? And the thing about the internet never forgets, right? If you're lying online, someone's going to find out the truth. There's going to be something that'll be saying something. Child, the E files will come out before this suspect is located. Oh my goodness. You think so? The Epstein files will come out before this? I hope not. Well, I hope I hope we get answers for both. Let's just say that. You said Big Five was the stage area. Nothing happened at Big Five. What happened at Big Five? You said, right, and why not take the car? Like, did they walk up and run? That we don't know. That's right. There is this thing. Women have walked out of the hospitals with kids that are not even their own. This is why in the US for this, like, when I had baby bunny, they have in the newborn unit, there's like alarms that they attach to the feet of the child. Have y'all ever seen that before? This is like a new thing. Well, it's not. I think it's been a couple years since they implemented this, but there's like an alarm system. Like the little baby will be one, or little feet will be walking with like a hookup alarm system on their foot from like when they're taken from that to your room, and that little alarm stays with them even when they're there. Yeah, there's alarms on baby. Yes, yes. When I had baby bunny, you know, baby bunny's 3, she had an alarm um on her foot. And yeah, so this is a thing. Yeah, and this is another thing too. I mean, you have people that have babies that will get cut right out of them too, you know? They don't even care that somebody's expecting them. You said they put that on your baby when I had her 3 years. Yeah, like there's like an alarm and they put that on the baby's foot. Oh, it's a thing. It's a thing in the hospitals. All my grandgirls had alarms. See? It's a thing because of child abductions at hospitals. It does happen, especially with newborns. And I mean, they're newborns. It's very easy to conceal a newborn nowadays. People walk out of the hospital with newborns all the time. But yes, I had a nurse put an alarm on my son 30 years ago before cutting the umbilical cord because I was paranoid. Talking with Tip, but it's a real thing. It's a real thing. I mean, there's cases out there that children get abducted and they don't find out until they're adults when they need to get like a job or their social security number or something. And I mean, there's a lot of documented stories out there like that. It does happen. But it's a real thing. But anyway, sorry, y'all got me into a tangent because of that. Shout out to everybody in the chat. It's a very scary thing, but it's the reality of it. We live in a society where people steal other people's children, and that's just a fact, right? So, for me, it's like giving this couple the benefit of the doubt. I definitely understand that aspect, but they're also not helping themselves. Does that make sense? Smart to get in a lawyer, right? I get that. You need a lawyer. You should be getting a lawyer at this point. But at the same time, the primary purpose here should be finding your child. To have your phone number disconnected, to then not work with law enforcement tells me listen, and this is just maybe my bias. I have seen situations where people get railroaded by law enforcement, right? Like that does happen. But this is a 7-month-old child, and you got to do everything in your power to protect this baby, right? Okay. So let's put this out here. Let's just say that this child was already gone. Let's say that the kidnapping story didn't even go this way. Let's say that maybe he was harmed by the father or maybe the mother. I don't know, whichever parent. To me, it's more likely the father because of his history, right? It's your turn to cooperate, mom. You got to cooperate. You have to. You have to get yourself out of that situation. You have to do what you have to do. And you have to, and not even get out. It's just protecting and being honest. I don't know. I'm sorry, but I hate to put it this way, but what are the chances that this baby's even here anymore? We don't even know. Right? 2.5 hours, 3 hours away from the border. There's a lot that could have happened between now and then. I'm sorry. You gotta do what you gotta do. Okay. And I'm one of those people that I don't like coming for the parents of any missing child because it's a difficult part to be in. But when you're willfully not helping out your own case, in like I can understand if they've been working for law enforcement for a couple weeks. We're not even there. Okay. They literally cut off law enforcement right at the questioning. So take a fucking polygraph. Like, I get it. I don't like polygraphs. I think you got to be careful. I'm very leery about polygraphs. I would consult with the lawyer. Is there other options besides a polygraph? But listen, if dad has this criminal record, make him take the poly. I'm sorry. Maybe she didn't do anything. I don't know. But something don't sound right. And her stories are inconsistent. This is a lot to me. Were you knocked out or not? Did you have this baby on this time or day or not? Should we be expecting an arrest at this point? That's the question. I mean, let me know what you guys think in the comments. And like I said, I'm one of those people that believes that, like I give people the benefit of the doubt until I can't. Okay? And then that's it. And that's what I think so too, right? Like pup owner. Like I believe coercive control is a real thing, right? She looked like, I mean, she was holding his hand. I was watching a lot of the behavior. She was looking at him very carefully about the things. It was a very skittish statement. Now mind you, she's been inconsolable. Her child's missing. I give her that, but time is of essence. This is a set like this child can't protect, cannot self-protect. Yep. That's right. And they shut down and they don't have the privilege to do so when they're missing a baby. So we don't know what's going to happen next, right? At all. We don't. Let's keep going.
I've read on the news. I haven't talked to her in years. I didn't even know she had a son until the news came out. Now, this is outside the family's home, and it has been rumored that there are cameras all around the house, but that police have not been able to get the footage from those cameras because they have been allegedly deleted. Now, this is on the fence right outside the.
Now, I don't know where they got that information that the cameras have been allegedly deleted. I'm still kind of trying to figure that out. Where did that information come from? How did a TikToker or anybody got that source? Is beyond me. I'm gonna wait till law enforcement to figure that out. I'm gonna tell you guys that. Like, I have to be like, when it comes to things like this, it's like I don't know who to believe sometimes. People be making up shit, or you just do. Like somebody, I don't know who it was. They said, "Well, the footage is there from the third of the bruise." I have yet to see a footage. Did law enforcement confirm that, or did a TikToker confirm that? And no shade to the TikTokers. I'm a content creator, but I'm a realist too. Like, I like facts. I like receipts. I like logic. I like these kinds of things. The news, if it was a YouTube channel, that's not, I'm sorry. Unless they played a news part, I have not heard any news source say that. So I'm just saying that. I'm throwing that out there because I gotta put the real out there. Okay. That's what I gotta say. I have a lot of questions. I hope that there is. I'm waiting for a press conference. I'm waiting for an update. Maybe they're like, we can't talk about this. They have to do a press conference soon. There's gonna be something. Now, this is the crazy part. The lady's ex-husband, Rebecca's ex-husband, I guess didn't even know that she was married, which I'm like, I don't know if I believe that. That they weren't married, but they shared children. So the kids never told the husband that they got married. Maybe she didn't say it directly to him, but isn't there like, do I have anybody that's been divorced at least once and married again later in life? Just a question. I mean, is it typical not to know that your ex-husband or wife has remarried? Like, is that a thing? Like, you wouldn't know if they remarried? I mean, in the US, right? So did you, like, if you remarried, they wouldn't know? Yeah, I thought she had kids with the ex too. Oh, okay. I've seen it before. Gotcha. I've seen it before where the father's kids didn't know he remarried. It's not typical, right? That's weird. So, like, they find out afterwards? You hear everything that your kid does from the kid, well, from the kids, right? Ah, that's interesting. That's interesting. I'm just saying. I know a man that dated a woman that had 3 previous marriages. And did they all know that I'm assuming she remarried all those times and they were aware of it? I guess it just depends. I don't know. I don't know why I'm assuming that people would know, but it's an assumption.
Which would show that they do in fact have cameras. Now, allegedly, the family's lawyer came out and talked to some of the news crew and stated, and I quote, "We all have it wrong that we misrepresented Jake's part," whatever that means. Which Jake is the dad. But police just put this out at 7:47 p.m. Investigators have served several search warrants at the Haro.
So the lawyer said that they got it wrong. I'm replaying that part because I don't think I understood what she said. Hold up.
Home and utilized canines to aid in the investigation. Additionally, a large amount of surveillance footage has been obtained from the area of interest and are being reviewed. We have a new update from the police of 7-month-old missing Emmanuel. I also have a source that says they have spoke with the family's lawyer and they have said something super interesting. Now, one of the things I was surprised to see is that Rebecca's ex-husband actually spoke out but did not want to be named. And this is very telling coming from someone that was married to her. Now, this ex-husband did not want to be named, but he did say he didn't even know that his ex-wife had been remarried or had another son. He said, and I quote, "We got 2 daughters. They're grown. They're over 18 already. I don't know anything about her new husband, only what I've read on the news. I haven't talked to her in years. I didn't even know she had a son until the news came out." Now, this is outside the family's home, and it has been rumored that there are cameras all around the house, but the police have not been able to get the footage from those cameras because they have been allegedly deleted. Now, this is on the fence right outside the home, which would show that they do in fact have cameras. Now, allegedly, the family's lawyer came out and talked to some of the news crew and stated, and I quote, "We all have it wrong that we misrepresented Jake's part," whatever that means.
The lawyer came out and talked to some news crews, some news people, and said that we all had it wrong, meaning everybody in the public had it wrong, that they misrepresented Jake's part. What does that even mean?
Which Jake is the dad. But police just put this out at 7:47 p.m. Investigators have served several search warrants at the Haro home and utilized canines to aid in the investigation. Additionally, a large amount of surveillance footage has been obtained from the area of interest and are being reviewed. We have a new update from the police of 7-month-old missing
hold up,
Emmanuel.
y'all.
I also have a source.
I don't want to replay that over and over again. Okay, this was 12 hours ago. Now, I don't know, it's an official statement, but I'm like, well, where is it official? I don't know. But y'all let me know what you guys think in the comments. Yeah, over 18 already. And let me remove this banner. Y'all know my email now. Everybody should by now. Official statement from Jake Haro's lawyer, Vincent S. Hughes. The parents of the 7-month-old infant that was reported kidnapped last Thursday, August 14th, in Yucaipa seeks answers about their missing child, Emmanuel Haro. Jake Haro is fully cooperating with law enforcement and investigators. Oh, is he? So they're willing to do a detector test, right? A lie detector test, or at least continue questioning. Okay. So Fire Photo Girl says, breaking news, official statement. Let's see. After a 20-minute conversation with the lawyer, I'm hoping to do an interview with the parents in the next 2 days. Okay. So I guess this Facebook person is going to be getting an interview, but we don't know. I guess we'll see. We don't have enough information. I mean, I just don't understand. Getting lawyer is the exact opposite of cooperating with the investigation. Shake my head. I don't know. I think getting a lawyer is always good in general. Doesn't mean that you're not cooperating with law enforcement. It just means you got a lawyer. Please don't take offense, but the only breaking news now is that will be an arrest on both parents. I'm reading the comments, y'all. They are guilty. Get a confession. Okay, so this is like I said, who and what? When did they speak? What do we have of any value to support any of this? Because I don't see anything. I'm even going to the news source. There is nothing. Nothing. Nada that shows anything. Other than the foundation, even that whole situation with the foundation is crazy. Yeah, I think you should always get a lawyer. I mean, in any situation, you should protect yourself, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're not cooperating. It just means that you got a lawyer. This is where the official post came from. Okay. Official statement from Jake Haro's lawyer, which I'm like, you're making the statement for Jake Haro's lawyer? The parents of the 7-month-old infant that was reported kidnapped last Thursday. We read this after 20. Look at this. A screenshot of the 20-minute call. Okay. After a 20-minute conversation with the lawyer, I'm hoping to interview the parents in the next day. She says, I could say that we talked about a lot and I want to leave everything that we discussed between us for now. I hope that they give me an opportunity to share their story very soon. Okay. That's it. I mean, so they talked to somebody on Twitter, unless this lady is a journalist and I could be wrong. Fire Photo Girl. Breaking news, photographer and videographer. Okay. That's it. That's all we have from there. Maury joined the chat. The lie detector determined that was a lie. The Peace parents are not skilled or clever enough. The truth will come out. You said, I watched enough true crime to know a lawyer is a good move, guilty or not. I agree, Stephanie. You should always have a lawyer, no matter what, guilty or not. I think it also depends, like, I mean, what kind of lawyer were they supposed to get as well, if you think about it? You would need a criminal lawyer, and it sounds like he already had a lawyer on deck because of his prior, what is it? his prior convictions and stuff like that. And he was supposed to go to trial. I think that was like the next step, right? That he was supposed to go to trial next. But I mean, none of this is looking good for any of them whatsoever. And this is what I'm saying is like, y'all, like, if you look at, hold on, let me see if I can blow this picture up. I can't. If you looked at up at that Big Five parking lot and just the traffic amount that's in there, it's, I just don't know how we don't have one witness. Not one witness there. Nothing. It's just amazing to me. Amazing to me that we don't have one witness. And we have people like, hold up. We'll have people, I have like a posting. We don't even know if this is any truth or anything like that, but like Facebook, for example, there's a bunch of postings of people saying like, Big Five worker here. She had a black eye prior to the alleged incident. A manager did her DV duty of care and asked her if she was okay. And she happily says she walked into a wall and had a laugh. Also, no baby with her. When did this happen? When did that happen? So I got Big Five workers speaking out. Thank you so much for speaking out. But when did this happen? No date, no time. They said it on Facebook, but did they say it to law enforcement? Guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm just like, when, what? Look at this. Okay, I think we have an official statement now. Hold up. Look at this. Attorney, now we have an official statement. This was what? 20 minutes ago. Attorney representing father of missing Cabazon baby release statement. Okay. Defense attorney Vincent Hughes confirmed to News Channel 3 that he represented the 32-year-old Jake Mitchell Haro in a 2018 child cruelty case and is again representing him now as detectives investigate the disappearance of Haro's 7-month-old Emmanuel. As of Monday night, outside of the Haro home in Cabazon, Hughes told News Channel 3, Garrett, his name is Garrett, he is not representing the wife. So the lawyer is only representing the father, not the wife. The lawyer is only representing the father, not the wife. The parents of the 7-month-old infant reported kidnapped August 14th in Yucaipa seek answers about their missing child, Emmanuel Haro. Jake Haro is fully cooperating with law enforcement and investigators. Okay. Now hold up. Is this? Oh, this is the reporter. On Monday evening, August 18th, Rebecca and Jake met with Emmanuel's grandmother, Mary, at the family home on Ramona Street in Cabezon around 7:30 p.m. A car pulled up into the driveway. Hughes said it was Jake's mother. Court records obtained by Channel News 3 from the Riverside County District Office show Haro and his former partner Vanessa Avina, also known as Vanessa Haro, were charged in 2018 with felony child cruelty, alleging the pair endangered a child under conditions likely to cause great bodily harm or death. Haro pleaded guilty in June 2023. He was placed on 4 years of felony probation in order to serve 180 days in jail on a work release program. A 6-year prison term was suspended as part of the plea. In a separate case filed July 2024 in Banning, Haro was charged with felony possession of a firearm, felony possession of ammunition. Prosecutors allege deputies found him with Palmerito State Armory handgun and ammunition despite his felony record. He posted a $10,000 bail in August of 2024, according to the records obtained by KESQ News 3. Now, the current investigation. Detectives say they cannot rule out foul play in Emmanuel's disappearance after finding inconsistencies in statements from Rebecca Haro. So, again, the lawyer is for the father, not the mother, okay? Investigators have searched multiple locations in Yucaipa and Cabezon, including the homes of Jacob's relatives. No arrests have been made. That is what we have, and that was literally released about 20 minutes ago. So now now that we have an official statement.
We're learning new details tonight about the missing baby out of Yucaipa. Detectives say they cannot rule out foul play in the disappearance of 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro. The family's home in Cabezon was searched by authorities, including K-9 officers. Good evening. I'm Karen Devine. John White has the night off. The Riverside County DA's office confirming tonight baby Emmanuel's father has a prior child cruelty conviction, and now we're learning a child was taken from the parents' home. Let's go live to News Channel 3's Garrett Hoddle near the family's home with the very latest on this. Garrett.
Karen, I think you know this as well as anybody. The community up here is tight, from Beaumont to Banning to right here in Cabezon. You don't go to the people come to you. And standing outside the Haro home today, I can tell you there's been multiple passerbys just coming to get a look at the Haro home, which is right behind me. Now, in the past hour, I do have an update. I did speak with Jake Haro, the father of missing Emmanuel Haro, as well as his attorney, Vincent Hughes. We are expected to speak to him later, and we'll have an update on that. Overnight, we saw investigators here at the home searching the property, and today we went and tried to get some answers. Take a look. Hi, if anybody can hear me, this is Garrett Hoddle with KESQ News Channel 3. We're local news. We're in Cabezon all the time. We're just trying to get your side of things. We want to be fair. Investigators confirm canines have been used. They won't say what type or what, if anything, they found Sunday night when investigators searched this Cabezon home. On Monday, deputies came back, and so did we. Well, we went up to the home, and nobody answered. It didn't look like anybody was home. The Ring camera looked like tilted over or knocked down. We tried talking through that, but nobody answered. No answer at the door or at the Ring camera. The Sheriff Department telling News Channel 3 the specific.
Didn't I tell you guys that? I said, look at that property. They got a lot of stuff there. They got solar panels. They have a Ring camera. There's probably cameras all over that property, especially with the trespassing sign, right? They're like in the middle of nowhere, y'all. You're not going to be in the middle of nowhere with no cameras or anything like that. Yeah. Yes. So just heads up. Okay. Let's keep playing.
Specific inconsistencies in the mother's statement will not be released. Searches have been conducted in Yucaipa and Cabezon, with more as needed.
I'm a father of 2 and I'm a grandfather of 4. And if something was going on, if something was missing with my child, I'd be cooperating 100%.
We have confirmed through the Riverside County DA, Jake Haro, has a 2018 felony child abuse case. Investigators say they're looking at all pertinent information. Detectives also say the type of canines and any findings won't be released for now. But if you were near the Big 5 on Yucaipa Boulevard around 7:45 p.m. last Thursday,
they might have to pull it not from their devices. So, like, I remember I had a Ring camera. I don't have Ring anymore. I used to have Ring on the front, and I think I read somewhere in their fine print that, because there was my concern about Ring cameras is like hacking and stuff like that, people coming in there and doing all kinds of things to your Ring camera, right? There is something in their clause that says that they keep footage for so long, you know what I mean? So even if you delete it from your phone or even from a cloud, they could still pull it somehow. And this reminds me a lot of like when we were talking about the Diddy trial, they were getting forensic experts that even though they were deleting stuff from these devices and the devices were no longer working, some of the stuff they're still able to pull out. Yes, this does remind me of, and I was talking about this yesterday too, of Quentin Simon. I do not like that case. That case just makes me so sad even thinking about it. But this is very similar to that for sure. Yes.
When we got the reports about the missing 7-month-old, call investigators right now. We have a full rundown over on our website. And within the past hour, we did get more information from the Riverside County DA's office on that 2018 felony child abuse charge for Jake Haro right behind me. When I went up to the door and talked to him, he said right now he's dismayed. His child is missing. People are coming up to the property. His lawyer, Vince Hughes, tells me that 2018 charge is being misrepresented, as well as Jake's cooperation with police. We're going to continue to push for more answers, as what's at the forefront is where is Emmanuel Haro.
We're learning new details tonight about the missing baby out of Ukraine.
Hold up. He said what? The charge is being misrepresented? Yes, Casey, it's giving Casey Anthony too. The charge is being misrepresented? From the 2018 charge. Yeah, what does that even mean? What does that even? This is a new reporting for those that are coming through, for those that are new. This just dropped while we were live, okay? So for those, just giving you guys a really quick little rundown. Jake's attorney, his name is, Vincent Hughes, okay? Jake's attorney is just representing Jake, not Rebecca, okay? And Jake's attorney is basically giving like a whole different, he's saying that he's cooperating with law enforcement and that his 2018 charge of the child abuse is being misrepresented. Okay. As if it never happened. It's got wiped out. I don't know. I'm literally listening to this and I'm like, what does he even mean? Hold up.
Reports about the missing 7-month-old. Call investigators right now. We have a full rundown over on our website. And within the past hour, we did get more information from the Riverside County DA's office on that 2018 felony child abuse charge for Jake Haro right behind me. When I went up to the door and talked to him, he said right now he's dismayed. His child is missing. People are coming up to the property. His lawyer, Vince Hughes, tells me that 2018 charge is being misrepresented, as well as Jake's cooperation with police. We're going to continue to push for more answers, as what's at the forefront is where is Emmanuel Haro.
Yeah,
we're learning new details tonight about.
Hold up, they do talk about the disposition. Hold up, let's go to Garrett again because he said something here that I thought was interesting.
On this, Garrett.
Hold up. I got to blow my nose real quick, guys.
Karen, I think you know this as well as anybody. The community up here is tight, from Beaumont to Banning to right here in Cabazon. You don't go to the people come to you. And standing outside the Haro home today, I can tell you there's been multiple passerbys just coming to get a look at the Haro home, which is right behind me. Now, in the past hour, I do have an update. I did speak with Jake Haro, the father of missing Emmanuel Haro, as well as his attorney, Vincent Hughes. We are expected to speak to him later, and we'll have an update on that. Overnight, we saw investigators here at the home searching the property, and today we went and tried to get some answers. Take a look. Hi, if anybody can hear me, this is Garrett Haro with KESQ News Channel 3. We're local news. We're in Cabazon all the time. We're just trying to get your side of things. We want to be fair. Investigators confirm canines have been used. They won't say what type or what, if anything, they found Sunday night when investigators searched this Cabazon home. On Monday, deputies came back, and so did we. Well, we went up to the home, and nobody answered. It didn't look like anybody was home. The Ring camera looked like tilted over or knocked down. We tried talking through that, but nobody answered. No answer at the door or at the Ring camera. The Sheriff Department telling News Channel 3 the specific inconsistencies in the mother's statement will not be released. Searches have been conducted in Yucaipa and Cabazon, with more as needed.
I'm a father of 2 and I'm a grandfather of 4. And if something was going on, if something was missing with my child, I'd be cooperating 100%.
We have confirmed through the Riverside County DA, Jake Haro, has a 2018 felony child abuse case. Investigators say they're looking at all pertinent information. Detectives also say the type of canines and any findings won't be released for now. But if you were near the Big 5 on Yucaipa Boulevard around 7:45 p.m. last Thursday, when we got the reports about the missing 7-month-old, call investigators right now. We have a full rundown over on our website. And within the past hour, we did get more information from the Riverside County DA's office on that 2018 felony child abuse charge for Jake Haro right behind me. When I went up to the door and talked to him, he said right now he's dismayed. His child is missing. People are coming up to the property.
So it does kind of make you wonder, well, what was the outlooks? He pled guilty, and I think I just read some of it. Hold up. Let me see. We did the little run. He doesn't say it on the video, but he says, okay. So it says right here, court records obtained by News Channel 3 from Riverside County District Attorney's Office show Haro and his former partner, Vanessa Avina. So that was the woman, prior marriage, also known as Vanessa Haro, were charged in 2018 with felony child cruelty, alleging the pair endangered a child under conditions likely to cause great bodily harm or death. Okay, that was in 2018. Haro pled guilty in June 2023. He was placed on 4 years of felony probation in order to serve 180 days in jail on a work release program. A 6-year prison term was suspended as part of the plea. In a separate case filed, so that was a child abuse case in 2018. Then there was another case in July of 2023 where he had weapons and he wasn't supposed to because he's a felon, right? Felon in possession of firearm and ammunition. This was in July of 2024. Excuse me. Prosecutors allege that they found him with ammunition and weapons despite his felony record. He posted a $10,000 bail in August of 2024, according to records obtained by the news channel. Now, can you tell me what part of what's being misrepresented from these charges? He pled guilty to felony. He was charged in 2018. Him and his ex-wife in 2018. Okay, he pled guilty, and then he pled guilty in 2023. He was placed on a 4-year felony probation and ordered to serve 180 days in jail on a work release program. So he did some of his time, and a 6-year prison term was suspended as part of the plea deal. So what part are we misrepresenting or not understanding? We don't even know what exactly happened to that child. And then later on, he decided to break the law by having possession of a gun with ammunition. So what was the disposition? Like, what are we doing? I guess that's the part that I don't get. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know. Listen, for real, I don't be listening to psychics. I'm sorry. Shout out to the psychics. I just don't be listening to that. Thank you though. Thank you. Let's see. The father has been released, but not the mother. Well, and there's no representation, right? So the mother doesn't have representation, but the father does. This is a horrible fact about the father. It is a significant conviction, right? A felony, and he pled guilty, and he's still on probation, and he's facing loss of 6-year suspension term with the second charge. Yeah. I don't want to, Mirta. That would make me cry. I don't want to look at that. So not Rebecca, the first wife was accused of, sounds like she had her own charges. So Jake was married previously to a woman named Vanessa. Okay. That's where that 2018 child charge, and that baby, that child had a permanent brain damage out of that incident, great bodily harm and or death. Like that, basically that's how severe that injury to that child was. Whatever that injury was, we don't know. Okay. Somebody was asking, was it, I can't remember, I'm not going to name the content creator, but somebody was asking, how come, like, and I've seen this happen before, there are times where a child dies, a child will die, right? And a charge will get dismissed because of that. And sometimes it's typically because, like, you know, it was an accident, that type of situation. Stuff gets found out that it was like maybe incidental drowning or something like that. I'm just thinking of different reasons why. I've seen that happen. I've seen that actually happen in CPS records too, where things happen like that. So somebody was asking about that, like with his charges being so significant. I mean, they're kind of up there. Where's CPS in all this? Well, I mean, they might have removed the other kids in 2018, but CPS is not meant to stay open forever, right? Like CPS is not what people think it is anymore. People think that it's like there's this idea that CPS is essentially meant to take people's kids and take care of your kids. Yeah, like sudden infant death. That's another good idea. Another like sudden death of a child, right? And they investigate it. You might get it. Like, I know that they have to investigate it, but I've seen people be investigated for child deaths, and then something like this or accidental drowning or something like that happens where people get cleared. Here in California, everything gets dropped. It's interesting how they weigh that in, what gets dropped and what doesn't, if that makes sense. Um, Child abuse DV follows him around. Apparently, CPS, Summerwells, Hadley, Cummins, on and on and on. I wonder if they always do autopsies for kids. I guess it just depends on the cause of death and the county and all that. In this case, they were both blaming each other, and the state couldn't prove one did it. Oh, see what I'm saying? It's like the child deaths are always very. I could tell you that the government, I mean, when a child dies accidentally, they get tracked, they get investigated, and they're always talked about at a higher level to figure out like how to improve certain things or whatever it may be. I know that. But like in a situation like this, somebody had asked the question, well, what about the other kids? How come he should be banned from having his kids after that 2018 incident? Ideally, that would be great, right? Like you don't want him to be around kids, but the system is not set up that way. The system is not set up to take away all your kids. You could have a horrific issue, but it's not set up to take over your kids. There have been situations where, like, I remember many, many years ago, there was a woman who stabbed her children, okay? And her kids were removed. And one of them almost died. Like, that's how bad it was, right? And she was charged, she was facing years behind bars. So what the state did is that they terminated her rights so that those kids can, basically essentially find a forever home, be adopted, that type of situation. That does have a thing. No, I don't. That's why I'm like, you gotta. I would you like to have the link of this? No, I don't. Thank you so much. So I just don't do psychics. It's okay. I just don't. That when you're going to another creator, you got to be kind of mindful. Well, maybe keep in mind, do they believe in psychics? Because not everybody does. You know what I'm saying? So kind of be mindful. Foster care can be worse in some cases. Yeah, sometimes that's the case. Sometimes CPS can be a great tool for people, like people stepping up and taking custody. Yeah, I mean, I've seen some really horrible and for real, thank you so much for that, but I'm just letting y'all know I just don't be doing the psychic stuff. And this baby Emmanuel is a new baby born under the same father, right? So there is a track record. Like, people pay attention to things like that. It's a new baby, but then they're not going to keep, like, how do I say this? So, like, say, for example, let's use that mom who stabbed her kids, right? She got sentenced. She's in prison for many years. But let's just say she stabbed her kids and somehow she got out of that crime for whatever reason, right? Let's just say that she did that. Okay, so it's a hypothetical situation. YouTube, this is educational content. It's a conversation. Please don't flag me. Okay, I just have to say that. Let's just say that she got out of that crime and she decided to move on and remarried or whatever, right? And she has another baby. And that baby, something happens to that baby, right? Well, CPS looks at their history. They're going to see, oh, well, in 2016, she stabbed her kids. Here she has another baby, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that, like, there has to be a referral for the system to kind of accept that, to figure out that there's new kids in the mix. Now, that new referral doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to jump in and do something. You might have this horrible history with children. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to follow you everywhere. So Jake might have a horrible history with this 2018 case, but it doesn't necessarily mean that's going to follow you on the next one. Hi, Sean. How are you, love? Shout out to Sean Davy Way in the chat. Make sure you guys are dropping some fires for my boo. Shout out to Sean. Doesn't mean it's going to follow you everywhere. So every situation is different, and not every referral that comes into a hotline is going to prompt an investigation. I have seen situations where abuse has been very horrible, and there's nothing that happens like in between, like nothing, no investigation or nothing, right? Some people just shouldn't have kids. That's the reality of it. I've seen kids be removed in such horrific situations, and then I've also seen the other side of that. I've seen kids just be really bad, y'all, like really, like beyond control. You have the most loving parents, right? And they do everything that they to raise their kid, but their kid is just, they got a lot of stuff going on, and then they're breaking the laws and stealing cars. This shit happens more common than a lot of people know, and then they have no reason to act out the way that they're doing. But I've seen that happen that way too. You just never know. So yeah, they're saying there's a sighting in Emmanuel in Bakersfield. Lawyer Vincent Hughes looks like a cornball. Jake's a felon though, and already broke his probation, and he's still walking the streets. Crazy. Well, so there's a lot of felons out there. That's just the reality of our system, There's a lot of felons out there. Just because, like I said, just because he has new children doesn't mean that the system is going to follow him with the new child. It just isn't. Now, it would be a different situation. Say he was an SO. Oh, that would be a different situation, right? If he perpetrated on a child, that would be a whole different situation. That would follow you. That would follow you. That would. A nurse can call on the hotline and say, well, I just found out that the dad, he was having a conversation. He's got this record of SO and he just had a baby. Like, they can give a heads up that way, but it's a little bit different. Every case is different, if that makes sense. We have a case in the UK with the children with broken bones, only for an autopsy to show that they had a bone deficiency. That does happen too. The system keeps failing the innocent children. Yes, I agree. There's been some horror. I mean, Gabriel Hernandez is a horrible case out of California. I think it's Palmdale. Okay. It's a horrible. I hate, like, when I saw, I'll never forget, because I was still working in government when I saw that case on Netflix. I hated that case. Like, that case gave me nightmares. I couldn't even watch the whole documentary because I would just bawl. And there's cases like that every day. The system is completely broken. It is. That poor baby never had a chance at all. So it just makes me so mad. Yep. Underfunded and overwhelmed. And, they're trying to make it so that AI takes over it. Good luck with that. The West Boys is another one too. You're right, Don Mitchell. Excuse me, Don Michelle. You're right. The West Boys is another one. That scares me even more. The system is underfunded and they don't pay enough. They don't pay enough for these social workers to be working out there. It is the most unappreciated and underpaid job to be a social worker. It really is. But it's a job that needs to be done because you need them. Just kind of like how you need prosecutors, you need public defenders, right? Sometimes you like these lawyers and sometimes you don't. You need both. You need guardian ad litems. You need all kinds of lawyers. You need all these lawyers. These lawyers play a very important part. And yeah, I agree. AI for humanitarian crisis. Yeah, they're trying to use AI. Where's all our tax money going to? I don't know, man. Like I said, it's like we're doing a better job in covering for pedos than we are for protecting our children. Too many child welfare employees just collecting checks, paychecks in Southern California. Wow. Is it because it's such a high-paying job? Is that why you say that? Or how do you know? I don't know. It's very interesting because I think that the other side to this too is people want to tell people how to do their job when they have no idea how to do the job. It's not, like I said, the system is not what it was 25 years ago. It's changed so much. Okay. And to really understand it, you got to go do a history check on the system. Figure out. Before it used to be that a lot of the caseworkers, social workers can just come in there and take your child. Nowadays, too, even getting a job. Before, I mean, it just depends on the county, but it used to be that they just hire about anybody. They would just hire, like you could be a teacher and a caseworker, depending on the counties. Listen, do some research on the job and figure out, are they qualified? Did they go to grad school? Did they talk to people? Like, did they do any type of a practicum? Like, what does that look like? What their background is. And maybe you might have an understanding of like, oh, this job is easy, or maybe you can do it better. I don't know. You can have people calling you that they need your help, and then the next minute they're cussing the fuck out of you because they don't like you and they want you to go to hell. I don't know too many people that can handle that. I don't know too many people that can handle that. Or you got attorneys telling you how to do your job, or judges telling you how to do your job. Like, I don't know too many people that can handle that. But yet, you have parents that do harm their children. So it's either like you're damn if you do or damn if you don't. Does that make sense? Like, it's a situation where you can never win in the system. It's not set up for people to win. You said either they're blocked from doing their actual job or just collecting their paycheck. Well, that's a very bold statement to make, but I'm not in your county, so I guess you're allowed to make it. Yeah. And so that's what I'm saying. It's one of those things. And they've been sued. CPS has been sued so many times. CPS has ruined many lives. Yes, it has. CPS has done way too much. It's why the system is not what it used to be. That's why you have your ICWA laws, okay? That's why you have laws that govern, entities, and govern tribes, and govern different things. People can't just be taking people's kids and then going to court and doing it that way. The system is set up in different ways. And typically the people that I hear complain about the system don't really have a real good vision of the system unless they've had involvement with the system. And the involvement with the system is different because it's like you either have a really good worker with you or you don't. A really good worker can make or break your case. Does that make sense? So it's like one of those things where it's like, oh my God, like I get it. But I also feel like people need to understand where some of that is coming from, if that makes sense. It takes strong determination and a lot of energy to do that work. Yeah, it does. And then you have, and you're working against entities. Like sometimes, like I'll never forget, y'all. I'd be having the FBI calling me. And I couldn't tell everything to the FBI because I got attorneys behind me, and I got to take care of this, or I got some other big agency calling me, or I got to go fly over here, and I got like that's that work, guys. That's real work out there. And then you got the feds that are coming through trying to figure out if you're going to get money for your agency, auditing your job, making sure that you're doing your job correctly. And if you don't do your job, that's somebody's job that's getting out. Like the system is not perfect. I'm telling you. Okay. But I don't know anybody who could say that it's like so black and white. Well, they're not doing this. Sometimes people have to weigh that in, if that makes sense. It really depends on the individual worker. You're right. A really good worker will make or break your case. I've had people here actually contact me and say, hey, I'm in a case right now and I'm finding myself having a hard time with X, Y, and Z. Do you have any advice? I can't give any advice. I don't. All I say is, hey, contact your caseworker and make sure you get a hold of their supervisor. A worker can, and people have rights. Parents have rights, and people should make you feel empowered. The system is not meant to raise your kids. No. Anyways, but that's a whole different conversation that maybe one day we'll have. And it's just different. Like I said, it's a little bit different. Some parents need practical help, not paperwork and reports. That's very true. That's very true. Sometimes it's just help. Like I don't have enough money to pay my lights. I mean, that's it. I can't pay my light bill. If you're living in a home with no electricity and you got kids, they can remove your kids. Don't worry about it. And I remember this used to be a thing. Hey, we gonna get some money. We're not placing those 8 kids in foster care. Let's fill up that fridge. Let's get those lights on. Let's do what we have to do. Oh, the bill, oh, we got it. Even if it's $1,500 out of county money, that's better than paying what $6,000 or $7,000 for each kid to be in foster care. It doesn't make sense. Keep these kids at home. We'll figure out. Let's work with people to make sure that they're getting on time with their bills, because that shit can happen to anybody. Anybody can get their lights cut off. This is anybody, whether it could happen to me, it can happen to anybody. I would prefer that we do things preventatively, because that's how I am, because I'm a kind of a prevention kind of person, than being so reactionary. Okay. Yeah, this is how it is. Yes. Did you see the new video with the lawyer? Now, did the lawyer did he do another interview? Because we just did a new video right here. Is it this one right here? Or is there another video? Did the lawyer do an interview? Because I would love, what's his name? Vincent Hughes? Oh my God. Speaking of missing kids and all this stuff, then there's this thing about Virginia too. Did you guys hear about that? Emmanuel Haro. Yep. It's yeah, this is the same video we just did, y'all. This is the video we just watched. One paycheck away. Everybody's always one paycheck away. Anyways, y'all, let me know. Eastern Girls Crafting. I think it's this video that you're talking about. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go because I gotta go tend to baby bunny, and I'm only live for an hour. You want a bunny? You want to go get a bunny? Look at this. I'm gonna throw it to you. There you go. Let me know what you guys think. You guys hit the like button, please, and thank you. It's kind of hard to, with the like, hit the like. It really does. Yes, that's the one we just talked about like 10 minutes ago. I will see you guys on the next one. Let me know what you guys think in the comments and hit the like button. Bye, guys.